Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Tunisia's Radhouane Slimane celebrates National Basketball Association (NBA) 2K25 Summer League win as part of Miami Heat coaching staff. Champion with Tunisia's US Monastir, Radhouane Slimane was part of the coaching staff of the Miami Heat team that won the 2K25 NBA Summer League. The Tunisian basketball legend joined the Miami Heat's coaching staff as part of the Africa Coaches Program, which builds on NBA Africa's and the Ball's commitment to building capacity and expertise of coaches from across the continent, improving the quality of the on-court product, and contributing to the continued growth of basketball in Africa. It's not just about winning, but about nurturing and guiding the next generation of champions. Slimane, who was selected alongside 24 other African coaches, is 9-time Tunisian National League champion, NatPro winner, 7-time Tunisian Cup winner, 3-time Afrobasket champion. This victory holds a special significance for me. Transitioning from a player to a coach, I wanted to impart the lessons I learned on the court to my players and my colleagues. Living this experience for the second time as a part of an NBA coaching staff is amazing. Every time you learn something new, you discover a new strategy and philosophy. Always the small details make the difference. It symbolizes the continuation of a legacy and the start of a new chapter in my basketball journey. It's not just about winning, but about nurturing and guiding the next generation of champions. Radhouane Slimane. His journey from winning the BAL as team captain of US Monastir to shining in the NBA Summer League exemplifies his dedication, skill, and the positive impact of the Africa Coaches Program. Which newly developed Team USA friendships will impact NBA future? Since the 2008 Olympics, Team USA has served as a breeding ground for friendships that later changed the NBA landscape. In 2008, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh formed a pact to play together and subsequently ushered in the player empowerment era by joining forces with the Miami Heat in 2010. In 2016, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving became obsessed with one another's basketball artistry, eventually leading to Brooklyn's free agency coup in the summer of 2019. In the last Olympics, Durant found a kindred basketball spirit in Devin Booker, culminating in the Slim Reaper requesting a trade to Phoenix in 2023. It's safe to assume that at least one pairing of this 2024 Avengers Olympic roster will bat their eyelashes at one another and team up before the 2028 Olympics. But who will it be? Per ESPN's Brian Windhorst, who's covering Team USA in Paris, you cannot help yourself but watch the Stephen Curry-LeBron James connection. Though they've been rivals for the past decade, LeBron and Steph are basketball soulmates. One is the greatest combination of athleticism and basketball IQ the game has ever seen, the other is the greatest shooter and offensive innovator in hoops history. Even at their advanced basketball ages, LeBron is 39, Curry is 36, they're still playing at all NBA levels and continue to improve aspects of their games to combat father time. That said, it's a shame the two didn't link up last Olympics because there isn't a clean way to join the other's team. Curry, who's playing in his first Olympics, is under contract for 2 more seasons, and the Warriors will never trade him unless he demands it. While LeBron has a player option next summer, the situation with Bronny James complicates things. Who knows, though? Perhaps the Lakers falter out of the gate, and Warriors majority owner Joe Lacob comes calling for LeBron at the trade deadline. Edwards, the Minnesota Timberwolves star, has told everyone how much he loves Durant for the past few months. Could he be planting the seeds for a future collaboration with his idol? These two would mesh perfectly on the court, with Durant playing like a superversion of Karl Anthony Towns. Their personalities fit like a glove, too, as Ant is one of the more charismatic alpha dogs in the NBA and Durant just wants to ball. Regarding feasibility, the Timberwolves aren't trading Edwards, so KD must join Ant in Minnesota. Durant's under contract until the summer of 2026, so he'd have to force his way to Minnesota. Plus, he must hope the Suns or Wolves employ salary cap geniuses who could put a deal together. Because of the new collective bargaining agreement, we won't see a big three of these former Kentucky stars, but we may see two team up. Team USA head coach Steve Kerr rolled out his Davis Adebayo bench unit during pre-Olympics games. Imagine the kind of defense Miami Heat coach Eric Spoelstra could whip up with Bam and AD. However, the most likely pairing in all of this would be Booker going to the Los Angeles Lakers or Miami if the Suns, who are about as all-in as a team could be, falter this season. Booker's three-level scoring would complement either big man perfectly, as both are great screeners, facilitators and roll men. And after getting a taste of competing for a championship in 2021, Booker is not going to want to stick around for a Suns rebuild if the Booker-Durant-Beal trio can't get over the hump. Zach Lowe strongly suggests Miami Heat will acquire wing for $160 million. The Miami Heat has limited ability to add more aid via trade. One of the few options they could consider is Portland Trail Blazers winger Jerami Grant, and ESPN's Zach Lowe hinted that a trade could be coming. On the July 26 episode of the Lowe Post, Lowe strongly hinted that the Lakers trading for Grant is inevitable. By the way, should we start printing Jerami Grant Miami Heat shirts? Lowe asked. Should we do this now? I think I can order one. At 30 years old, Grant doesn't have much room on the rebuilding Trailblazers long term. He will enter the second year of a 5-year, $160 million contract. The Miami Heat have players on contracts to match. What remains in question is what the Trailblazers will want in return for Grant. Since they are under the NBA's second fiscal apron, they can combine contracts to match Grant's in a trade. Grant has averaged 20 points per game over the past 4 seasons, but has never made an All-Star team. He's also played for a playoff contender, like when he played for the Denver Nuggets when they made their run to the Western Conference Finals in 2020. A Western Conference executive told Heavy Sports' Sean Devaney what Grant's appeal is. However, he also explained the problem in acquiring it. Jerami Grant knows how to play, he's a shooter, he's a good active defender when he's engaged, he's going to do a lot of things that help his team. But he is a third option. He's put up some big numbers the last few years, but he's done it on terrible teams. No one is going to make a big trade for a guy who gives you 20 points on a bad team and 13 points on a good one, the executive told Devaney in a July 7 story. The executive also added that the problem is how expensive Grant is. Not with his contract. He will earn $30 million next year. $32 the following year. So he has 2 more years. You can't pay your third choice $34.35 million. If Portland wants the Lakers, the Heat, any of those teams to take him, they have to recognize that. Another problem with the potential Grant-Lakers trade is who the Trailblazers want back. While Grant could be on the table, Jovan Buha of The Athletic explained why Portland doesn't want Russell back in a trade. I heard Portland doesn't want D'Lo because they have a million guards anyway, Buha said on his Buha's Block podcast on July 26. So it doesn't really make sense to them. Russell's appeal in a trade is that his contract will expire in 2025. However, he also wouldn't have much cap space with the Trailblazers. There is a scenario where the Lakers and Trailblazers could involve more teams. Russell would be a better fit on a team trying to win, like the Lakers. However, it's clear they want more help. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jerami Grant? Leave your opinion in the comments.